Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, Shaykh. Sometime back in one of your sohbet, you mentioned that after the veiling of Hazrat Maulana Shaykh Nazim Hakkani, things have changed globally in every aspect, whether it's political or regime change, or social or institutional, or environmental. This is a bit painful to see such things. However, you mentioned in these crises, the only solution is to hold on to your Shaykh. Clearly, that is the only solution for our safety. Could you also suggest a solution to keep our heart peaceful and at ease? These changes are very heartbreaking and painful. We have seen the era of good times, then the transition era. But suddenly, this era of crises is putting more confusion than clarity.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. How to find your heart at ease? This is Akhir Zaman. This is second Jahiliyyah. In the first Jahiliyyah, during the time of the Prophet ﷺ, what would cause distress to the hearts of the Sahabi-Kiram? What would cause ease to their hearts? So many things can cause distress. Seeing, understanding a little bit, and looking at this situation now. If you are distressed by what this world is, how this world is turning, it's good. Don't be at ease. Don't be comfortable in this world. Don't say, it's normal, it's okay. You laugh with it, and no, don't. Don't assume everything bad that is here is okay. It is not. Turn your face away. Your heart should not be normal about it. It should still be wrong and strange and bad. Turn your face. Even if you cannot do anything about it, you know by your heart inside. So in the time of the Sahaba Kiram, what do you think makes their heart to be at ease? What makes their heart to be at ease? You say. The heart understands it is coming from somewhere. Everyone assumes your heart is yourself, belongs to you. It doesn't. Let's say what is most important in the heart is love. Love doesn't come from you. There's a creator of that love. And if you understand a little bit more, you understand that once upon a time, all that love is together. Together with a source. Then when it's time for separation, they carry a little bit of that love everywhere, wherever they are. But the heart understands. That's why the feeling of love, it is not the feeling of completion. It is a feeling that I have to connect to my beloved to be complete. It is not, I fall in love, okay, I'm complete, I don't need anything else. Yes? You ever hear someone fall in love? Okay, I don't need my beloved, I don't need this, I don't need that, I'm complete now. That's self-worship. Then you understand the heart then is going to pull to the beloved. Because you say, I'm part of him. That will bring me peace. Anything can happen in this world. This whole world can turn into a fire. But when my heart is with my beloved, then there is going to be ease. Sahaba Kiram, whatever that was happening to them, their hearts are at ease. Because their hearts are with the Holy Prophet ﷺ. And they were not just with the Prophet to say, I love you. So their love was not selfish. To say, I love him, so I feel really good. They start to love him, and they say, now I'm starting to feel what he's feeling. And he is the mercy to the universes, and he has love and pity to everything. Now I must have that. I'm feeling that. The burden he's carrying, I'm feeling a little bit of that too. As much as I love that one, I can carry that burden more, because I know that to carry it is to ease him. So now, yes, we're saying hold on to the Shaykh, but holding on means what? There's a whole ocean of meaning to holding on. When Allah is saying be with the Salihin, there's a whole ocean of meaning to be with the Salihin. As Shaykh Efendi says it very clearly, be with them doesn't just be with them, serve them, love them, learn from them. Whose examples do we have? Sahabe-i-Kiram. They're saying that I love the Prophet ﷺ. You think that love is the same kind of a love that this whole world is now saying that we love Rasulullah ﷺ? This is his month. Everyone is saying, we love you. His heart is still crying because the orphans are still being tyrannized. The widows are still being taken advantage of. There is still zulm in this world. There is still injustice more than it was before. He came to bring more of that peace of Allah. And the Muslims now are knowing all this is worse than what it was before. And there is no real desire to change anything. But we sit and we say, we love you, Ya Rasulullah. And something is wrong. So you want peace of heart, peace of mind. You want peace to enter into your heart, then enter into the heart of your beloved. That's where you belong. Then once you enter into the heart of your beloved, you will have that peace to know that you are with the one that you love. But you don't stop there, because your heart will now start beating with the same beat as your beloved, and then where he sees, you're going to see. Where he feels, you're going to feel. Where he touches, you're going to touch. And all of that he's doing is not for himself. He's doing it again for the ummah. He's not just doing it to please his Lord. Because so many times his Lord is saying, didn't we tell you? It's not going to make too much of a difference whether you speak to them or you don't, whether you want them or you don't. Already the truth is there. Didn't we tell you not to worry about it so much? Didn't we tell you? And Allah is saying to us, that one has such tremendous pity for you. When he was born, he is declaring Allah's oneness. He spoke, yes. And this is another thing I'm seeing also in so many mawlids. Even when they just have, let's put aside all that other thing. When they have mawlids, they no longer speak about the Prophet ﷺ as if he is the greatest prophet. An extraordinary prophet, not only just an extraordinary man. A prophet is an extraordinary, but an extraordinary prophet. We didn't hear so much of the miracles of his birth, or the miracles of himself, that in his cradle he was giggling, and when his nursemaid looked, and he was looking at the moon, and he was doing this, and the moon was going up and down, and he was laughing. He was playing with the moon, and the moon was playing, making him to laugh. So many things. Because we are so concerned now, we don't want to look like we are superstitious people. We are so concerned to prove our faith, not to Allah and His Prophet, but to this world, that we lose that beautiful, extraordinary connection to that most beautiful, extraordinary Prophet. Yes, so when he was born, there's only a handful of people in this world, when they were born, they were able to speak. One of them, of course, was who? Ruhullah, Hazrat Isa. And the Holy Prophet ﷺ, he went into sajda right after he was born, saying, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. And he's saying, Inni Rasulullah. I am Rasul of Allah. As a baby, a newborn, what was his words after? O my nation, Ummati, Ummati. How do you have increased your love to the Prophet ﷺ? Many ways to increase your love. I'm seeing so many times people are just stuck with singing. And it gives a certain emotion when you're singing, there's a certain high. But understanding certain things, certain facts. I don't care what the Wahhabis are going to go crazy looking at this. They say, look, in 1 minute, he's saying 10 wrong things. I don't care. But when you remind people of this, it doesn't need too much songs or dance or anything. Instead of being so far away from him, he becomes very close to us. No? If something simple is in front of our eyes, we can almost see. This is what it needs. On the day of Mawlid, we brought the kids, no? And I tell them a couple of things. It's these things everybody knows already. But I said very simple things to the kids. I want to speak in their language. So what can they take? What can they understand? What can they remember? What can they take? I'm not interested in how much I know. I'm not interested in who's watching. I'm interested in them. Simple things. And when you start doing that, it does come from your heart, because I wasn't. Okay, I tell them something, this is what happened, okay. And then later, they does say, oh, that was such a beautiful sohbah. I said, what? Oh, they were so nice, it was so beautiful, and this and that. And of course I realize, because one of them said something very beautiful, and the person said, if only when we were young, somebody told us like this. And I said, that's true, because nobody really told me also. But why not? Is it so difficult? Why not? So whereas if the mawlid is to increase the love that you have for the Prophet ﷺ, and the love that builds for everybody, for every station, while we're busy preaching to the adults, our kids are already taken hostage by this whole world, yes or no? Especially when you come to this country, every uncle, every auntie, that they make a masjid or they have a committee, is only for them. The little kids, they send them to the basement. Then they send them to Sunday school to learn Quran. And then they're shocked later on how their kids have double lives. And then the masjids that they built is emptying out. I worry how to make our kids. Yes, it's nice. They wear clothes. They eat food and they see lights and they get this presents and everything. But what more? What can we say about? How can we put that love there, that concern, that thought, that understanding of the Prophet or a sultan or a saint? It's not that difficult. but we have to try to understand them. When we do that, inshallah Rahman, Allah will have pity on us and mercy on us, because we're looking out for the weakest. This much is enough. Wa min Allahu tawfiq al-Fatiha.